guys here with you as always. It is Wednesday. Can you believe it's already Wednesday? What do I call that? Hump day? Hump day. We're almost there. But listen up. As always, I invite you to be a part of the most informational spot that you can be. I want you to always realize that you are certainly welcome to be a part of the conversation. We always talk about the difficult things and you can feel safe doing it. And as always, I ask you to please sit attentively, tell somebody to tell somebody else when you want to know what's happening. All you've got to do is tune into Sunshine's Corner right here each and every weekday morning from 9 until 10 on Blab TV. Now today is not any different. And I always enjoy my guests to feel comfortable to tell you about themselves so that you can get to know who and how much you can talk to that person. And I want to welcome in with me today. I got to tell you, it was funny. He was sitting here, he was smiling, said, okay, I got to sit up. Okay, but it was so funny. He was getting comfortable. I'm talking about the one that's running for County Commissioner, District 1, Okaloosa County. Oh, come on now, DeCarlo Garcia. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Well, we were both talking about anyway how we ran into that rain this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness, it was storming on one side, and then when we hit the freeway, it was dry.
Well, yeah, just ran right through there.
It just came right through. But look, thank you for getting up early because look, I tell everybody, look, I believe that the early bird gets the worm.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
When you want to get the fresh start, the better part of it, get up early and get it. So look, you came into the right spot so we can talk about what you're doing, what caused you to do it, what put that inspiration in you to run for County Commissioner Okaloosa County for District 1. I want you to tell me and tell everybody all about yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is DeCarlo Garcia. I'm originally from Texas.
Oh.
East Texas, for those who don't know, Lufkin, Texas, and Beaumont. Most people know Beaumont.
Beaumont, you heard of that?
Beaumont. I come from a single mother family.
Okay.
Small family. I have another brother, Derek. Humble beginnings. Like a lot of people say that, and it's fine. It's what most people. It's good to start off.
Right.
I joined the military. How I got here is I joined the United States Air Force. So I decided at a young age I wanted to serve my country.
Wonderful. And thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Serving my country was a big achievement for me, and I wanted to get away from where I was. I just, I didn't want to stay there anymore. But I came here in 1998. United States Air Force. I served at Herbert Field on the gunships. I was a sensors maintenance and operator. When I got out, I had a little stint of survival. I had a situation. I went through a bout of homelessness. It's because of poor decisions and the makings of stuff. Some things were personal.
We've all been down that road.
Right. I worked odd jobs here and there. My relationship with the Lord grew because you find out who your friends really are when you have nothing.
Don't get me started.
Right. My relationship with the Lord, it was always there. I was always one of those. I was one of those kids that I always went to church. I wasn't forced to go to church. I wanted to go, but when I come out, I'm a grown man. I'm gonna God is always on top.
Amen.
Right? And I decided to do a lot of odd jobs, but I got a contracting job with Endyne. And I've been with this contracting job for the past 17 years.
Really?
The Lord blessed me to buy a house in Crestview, and now I'm a homeowner, a first generation, by the way. I'm not trying to brag, but that's a mention of the growth, and I want to make moves. Well, during this time, a lot of during my homelessness, I went to like Sharing and Caring and Waterfront Rescue Mission, and Salvation Army. It was a bad time, but the service I noticed something that I needed. I needed something, and it's good when you have something that you need that's available. So when I got on my feet, I'm like, well, I'm going to give back. And there's something about the service the serving something else bigger than yourself. You can't duplicate that feeling that you get of satisfaction, So I decided I want to serve. In Crestview, I want to join the city council. But I can't because I live outside the city limits.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, how else am I going to serve? COVID hit. I went out and we did a lot of work helping the community, food distributions and things like that. And the satisfaction, once again, of the service. I'm like, it's something about this. So Mayor Whitten of Crestview He invited me to be a part. Now I am the chairman of the Citizens Advisory Council of Crestview.
Look at that.
And we get a chance to share everything about the community with, with the mayor, and he takes it to the city council. You know, I'm like, I like this, but it's not enough for me. I want to do more. What can I do more? And I started looking around. I noticed it wasn't a lot of representation like me in the local government of certain levels. And I wondered why. And I've been here for so many years. I don't even know who they are. And so I'm like, well, you know what? I want to run for city council. And that's when I told you about the city council, but I can't. So for years, I said, well, what else can I do? I can run for county commissioner. That's big, man. I don't know. And
but we serve a big God.
Right. I kept talking myself out of it. And that's a big problem. Don't do that. Don't talk yourself out of something that you have in your heart. I talked myself out of it, but this year I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. It's going to be uncomfortable, but usually those uncomfortable moments is when you actually grow. So I'm like, I'm going to take a step. And I talked to my campaign manager, Allison Morris. She's now my campaign manager, but I talked to her and I said, I'm going to run. She's like, yeah, you talked about it before. Okay. And then the next day I went on ahead and I signed up. She's like, okay, this is for real. Let's go. And ever since then, I started.
There it is. But you know what I want to see, because I noticed you said that when you went through and everybody, we've gone through situations in our lives, I know myself inclusive, when you said you were homeless. But look at the fact of, I believe that sometimes we are allowed to go through certain things.
Amen. To
build us to get to the level he's taken us.
Yes.
Where you were already saying that you said, oh, no, I can't do this. I can't run for that. No, that's too big.
Right.
Don't put him in no little box.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But you know, with that, you're seeing that encouraged you to do and to step into what you're doing now. And I say to you, always follow your heart, follow your prayer, and what he has for you. He take you to it, he's going to take you through it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that's okay. Yes, sir, it's fine.
Well,
I get that a lot.
To God. I was talking to,
God, Jesus, hello. Yes, sir,
reflex,
Jesus.
Reflex. Sorry about that.
No problem. But you know, and with that fact, and your family, you said that you're starting something. You're setting trends all the way up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, look at that. I mean, I want everybody to look at hear what he's saying, the trends that he's setting, that you're setting something for even the generations to come.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, and what do you plan to do different?
One of the things is, and that's one of my key points, is transparency. Like I said, I didn't even know who the commissioners or the city council was. I've been in Fort Walton for the majority of my adult life, and I never met the mayor. I didn't know what they look like. I didn't know what they do. I never saw them. And so we would have functions of the city or, of course, the county, but I didn't know what you were doing, who you were, who was making the decisions, and why did you make those decisions.
Right.
I didn't have any say in that. I thought I had a vote, but I didn't even know what I could do. So one of the things is I want to make sure that I'm accessible. I don't want you to have to chase after me. I'm going to actually voluntarily come to you. I want you to see me.
That's different.
I want you to know that you can come and talk to me, not just through a phone call, but you could talk to the person. You don't have to go through all these channels. You don't have to wait on a message and never get some sort of response. So, I'm gonna develop like a response team. Even if I can't get to, I mean, there's over 200,000 people in Okaloosa County.
Is it really?
Yes, ma'am. Of course, you're not gonna answer every single person's
answer, you can't.
but if there are going to be duplicate questions, I'm sure there's going to be people who have the same concerns. Well, if I myself may not be able to answer it at that moment, but I definitely have somebody get back with you. But before you even ask me, I want to bring you the information so you didn't even have to ask me. Like, man, I already know what you're doing. You told me, so you don't have to keep asking, wondering. I wonder what are they doing and why would they do that? I plan on having at least in the first year to make sure people catch up, to have town hall meetings. I'm going to do that. I don't need you to ask me for it. I purposely want to do that to let you know that what I know, you know.
Exactly.
I'm a representative of you, so I want to show you that I'm doing the things, or the things that you want are actually being done. And if they're not, that I want to go, I'm working with the team, I'm working with the other people, the other departments, the heads, and I'm working with them to make sure that what you want is what we're doing. Absolutely.
Everybody, we're talking with Mr. Garcia from Okaloosa County. He's running for County Commissioner District 1, and he's really being transparent today. And for those who are always tuning in, if you have questions for him, you want to talk to him, you can call him up today at 850-432-7768, and I guarantee you we'll get the question answered for you. You can text as well if you feel better texting, not even asking the question forefront. Text and I'll ask the question for you. But I say this because I love the fact that you keep using the word transparency. Let me ask you this. With this year, being a very important year with elections, I just got to say that. And I believe that it starts with the local level anyway, to go all the way up to the top. How are you feeling about this election season? With you working to get in it now.
Right.
Okay, you see?
It seems like a popularity contest at some levels.
Okay.
But what we need to do is maintain our integrity with how we truly feel about the policies, not the people.
Okay.
People change on you. They can, man will fail you and that kind of thing. And even with myself. But I want you to see the things that I've done and know that I'm willing to work for you. I represent you. So I think elected officials need to get back to the whole representation of the people that voted them in to do the job that they want them to do. I'm not your king. I'm not your leader. You are my boss, basically. So you said you want me to do this job. Okay, well, let me do the job. And then I report back to my boss. Hey, boss, or voters,
right.
Look at what I'm doing. Is this what you mean? This what you wanted? Are you satisfied with this? Well, okay. Well, what would you like me to do different? Do you want me to stop this? You want me to keep going? I'll go and I'll talk to the other, because there's 5 commissioners.
Of course.
Let us talk together and make sure that we have a consensus for the majority of the people who want for our county. We do what we were asked to do.
Right. Now, with that seat that you're taking, and I want to really ask everybody who's listening and watching, pass the word, tell somebody you want to hear about the candidate he's on today. But let me ask you this. When you say transparency, and with the fact that it's not no popularity contest and it's not the who's who, with your running for this seat, and for everybody that's listening to you today, and they hear this, okay, I want to do this, I'm going to be that person there for you to reach out that I can do this. And when it comes down to the election, sometimes some people say, oh, I'll do this, but you get there and it don't happen.
Yeah, making promises is a hard thing. You have intentions, but once you get up there in the seat, it's a different thing. And you're like, well, I can't do it. It's not that I don't want to. Is that there are levels of things that I don't know until you get in the seat that will bring a pause or a blockage. And some things need to be said. Well, for me, it's going to be a little difficult because there's going to be a lot of things that were not already targeting me as an individual or even as a culture, that you didn't have me in mind when you made that.
Okay.
So I'm going to be my eyes are going to be open. Hey, well, we've been here too. So we need to make sure that you have our influence in that decision making also, which is a part of the difference that I'm bringing. I'm bringing a different perspective. We've never been at this level of government, and it's kind of hard for you to say, well, we represent you, but you don't even know who I am. And you don't even have anybody like me up there to give you the clue about what it is that I actually want. Did you even ask me? You know? So those things are going to be one of those things. And there's checks and balances. They're watching you. I can't just go in there and do what I want to. There's four the commissioners. Yeah, but I'm bringing the perspective and the voice piece to the fray of decisions. And sometimes when you just open your mouth and say something, oh, that's what you want? Okay, well, that may turn it just a little bit. And that right there may be a big difference in the ripple of everything.
Of course. What people sometimes think that when they come to you, I can say, oh, well, I want you to change this. How can you change this? Now, I want you to work on this. I'm leaving it open because I know you're going to get those questions.
Yeah.
How are you going to answer that?
Well, you're one person.
Right.
And I represent the entire community.
Right.
So it can't move based on one person. That's why everybody needs to vote. That's the importance of getting everybody out to vote. Your one vote is the one increase in that percentage of the population of Okaloosa County, of which brings a sway in the favor of things. That if we have 90% of people, of course, the 10%, I'm not ignoring you, but the 90% has spoken loud and clear. So we got to do what the majority says. But one person come in, I still hear you though.
I hear you.
I heard you. And like I said, out of 200,000 people, after a while, that number is going to grow with the same sentiment. Okay, we're going to get the percentages. Well, did you know that there was a certain percentage of these people want this? And bring it up to come to the meetings. Actually say something, and then we can actually put that on the agenda. We can make a choice based on how we're going to come about that. But some things are also not going to happen.
Now that was my next question.
Yes, some things are just not going to happen,
mind.
Especially individual. But the thing is, as long as I try to do everything I can in good faith.
Right.
It may not be exactly what you individually want, but as long as it's in the greater good of the county, the greater good of the community and of the people, we're moving in the right direction. And you can't get everything perfect. Some things are layered. Sometimes I can't get there, but I got to do this first.
Absolutely.
And then I got to do the next thing.
Absolutely.
And then by the time we get there, you're like frustrated, but that's why you come to them and tell them, we're working on it. We're not there yet, but we have these other things we have to do first, and then we can actually get to the problem that you spoke of.
Absolutely. Everybody, we are having a great conversation today. This gentleman, I mean, like, he's not stammering over anything, so I think he's just about ready to talk some more. So, Mr. Garcia, we're going to be back with more right here, Sunshine's Corner. Got a question in your mind? Make sure you call up at 850-432-7768. Text that number as well. Stay close. We'll be back with more right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Hello, my name is DeCarlo Garcia. I'm running for Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1, and I value putting people, perspective, and common sense before politics. My key issues are improved veteran support, traffic mitigation, and access to adequate health services. Go to my website at DeCarloGarcia.com to learn more about my campaign and about me. On August 20th, vote DeCarlo Garcia, Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1, and remember, it's a great idea to vote Garcia. Paid and approved by DeCarlo Garcia for Okaloosa County Commissioner, District.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
Animal Allies is looking for volunteers, and there are many ways that you can help. From taking care of cats to using your computer and social media skills, any and all assistance is greatly appreciated. We have morning and afternoon shifts every day or help at adoption events. You can even foster a kitty at home. And it counts towards community service hours for bright futures. Find Animal Allies Florida on Facebook and Instagram, or go to aaflorida.org/volunteer.
Wow. Welcome back to when I say the hottest spot in town, I mean the hottest spot in town. We've got our candidate here, Mr. Garcia, who's running for County Commissioner District 1 in Okaloosa County. We got a text message. Now, Jen, I hope I read this off right because it was a long one. It says, read it to me again, Jen, if you don't mind. I got somebody talking to me, okay?
Uh-oh.
She's going to read that text to me again, whoever has that. Hold on. Since you're running for Republican, do you support the Project 25 agenda?
No.
Why?
I believe that one thing. Well, first of all, everybody is not included in that.
Say it again.
So it causes division right off the bat if you're not going to make sure that everybody's inclusive. I mean, qualified people. You definitely want people who are going to do the work, but you want everybody. You need to be make sure that everybody has the access to things that you're going to do. When you cause division, you break down. A house divided will fall. And
Amen.
But we have problems because there's so much division, even in just language. So, I
agree. I shouldn't say that, but I understand. I know all about. I've been reading up on Project 2025. I encourage everybody to do that for yourself. Read up on it. But that's to answer your question. And the next part of that question was, what was that second part, Jen? It was speaking about the DEI and the LGBTQ community? How do you feel? What are your thoughts?
Everybody has their place.
Right.
And most of the things that people do, especially in their personal life, that shouldn't concern you.
Right.
Can you do the job? Are you positive? Are you an addition to our community? So regardless of what identity you want to go by, regardless of, I mean, myself, I'm a black man, so I'm definitely going to understand the whole thing about, you know, equality and things like that. So my thing is, everybody, as long as everybody has access to be able to be the best version of themselves, who or whatever they want to call themselves or consider themselves to be, do the job.
Exactly.
And we all are God's children. We all are God's creation. We all deserve empathy. We all deserve grace. Well, we all receive grace.
There you go.
God gave it to us. You know.
Amen. Freely.
Freely. But yeah, everybody has their place. So I don't really linger on, you know, what a person, as long as when you show up, you actually were an addition and not taking something away. Hey, come on with it.
I like that. Come on with it. Bring it. But you know what? I love your being transparent today, because if there are other questions, if you would like to call, you can do so at 850-432-7768. We are talking today with Mr. Garcia. He's running for County Commissioner, District 1, Okaloosa County, which I did not know they had 200 and how many? 200.
About 220.
220 residents.
Resident.
I didn't realize that. I don't know why I think that's smaller than, you know, but hey, that's just a thing in your head. I only live in Pensacola, okay? But you know, he's asking and he's talking today about the fact that you are running for that seat and what you are presenting yourself to bring to the community that's going to be change. Change is necessary. May not feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't always feel good.
No, but it's necessary.
It is necessary.
And with your being as transparent as you are today, what the things are, how it's happening in the world today. You see it with the younger people. How do you plan to look at that? What can you do to help in that area that's going to change those minds of those younger people?
Well, young people are usually impressionable, especially in the younger years. When you get older, you start getting set in your ways. But I talked to a couple of them, and the thing is, nobody's talking to them. You need to talk to them based on right now, not what happened in the past. Most younger people are not really interested in history and what happened in the past. They're interested in right now because their lives are just not starting. So they want to know, what about me right now? What can I benefit? I actually want the youth to be involved with local politics. Most youth don't get involved with local politics because it doesn't seem like it concerns them. They're more interested in school and music and things like that. I'm like, okay, well, bring that to them. Just let them see it. And that's the whole thing about the transparency. And when I say transparency, I'm not talking like as if there's something hidden. What I mean is, or like we're hiding something on purpose. What I mean is, make sure that I bring it and put it in your face. I want you to see what we're doing on purpose. And the youth need to see it directly. So, I mean, we all know that a lot of things start in the home. What you talk about, but let's change the language. One of the things of why I'm running is I want you to see us up here. I want you to see, you know, that's the whole time I never saw us. And I'm like,
I understand.
So
Explain when you say us.
Us, black people.
Say it out loud.
Black people.
There you go.
Minorities. You know, whatever. And it seems like we are held to a limit, you know, and that's division again. It's like we can do a lot more, but we need to actually step up. And just like myself, I had to step up, not just for myself, but I want to step up. I have a daughter, my daughter, Layla. I want her to see that we move in those ranks, in those circles, and see the confidence. I have to bring it up now because being in public office, they're all in your business. Everybody knows, everybody wants access, and it's a scary thing. But I believe I could do it, and I want the youth, I want people who look like me to see, oh, I can do that at a young age, and not just it's invisible to a young boy when he don't see anything that looks like him.
Of course. And you know, how do you feel about this too? I think this would be great when a person can see that you're being transparent about what you had to do to get to where you are, especially our young people, to not think that just because this happened in my life, I cannot go any further. Wrong answer, because you can change.
Wrong answer.
Change
is
necessary.
Change is necessary.
It may be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's necessary.
Yes,
the fact that I'm saying, I'll go back to the part that you said where the time when you had to experience homelessness. But look at you today, young people.
Yeah.
Nothing is impossible.
It wasn't. You keep your head up, and keep on living. You can't do anything if you give up.
Right.
Everything stops. Success or failure, everything stops. But the only thing you will get is a failure if you just stop. That's the only thing that will come and it comes whether you like it or not, because you're not doing anything to stop it. But when you keep going and you keep trying, that success will come sooner or later.
Right.
And then you can tell the story. I like the stories. You know, your story isn't finished yet. So what happens, you know, when you get older, you're an old man, old woman, and you want to tell people the story. What can you say if you didn't do anything? You have no story.
That's like with voting. You hit you brought up voting, how important it is to vote. Do you run into this in Okaloosa County, whereas, you know, some people, I'm not going to vote, it's not going to make a difference?
Yes. And
how are you going to combat that? Because that's a big thing now, because these younger people are saying that.
We come back to seeing me.
I got you.
We come back to seeing me, and that's the transparency, part of the transparency. And the difference. I can make a difference just by showing up now because we didn't show up. It is a positive thing to say that you met me. Most of the things, especially with federal election, most people are so separated. I've never met Donald Trump. I've never met President Biden.
Right.
I never met them. So voting for them, yay, nay, they don't feel, and you don't feel the federal election as much as you do. Local government affects you not now, but right now. Those are the people who you will see, you will meet. They actually have an effect on your life right now. So those are the ones and you have the opportunity to actually vote for a person who will come to you and who you can come to, and you can actually voice your opinion. I can actually tell you what's going on.
Right.
So that's a more personable thing. And I go to barbershops. You know, I like going to barbershops. I talk directly to them. I don't get political with them. Hey man, what you doing? What you mean you don't vote? You realize you know how hard they fought. You know how hard our fathers and our mothers and our grandparents have fought for you to vote. Man, you better get your butt down there. You know, talk straight up to them. And then they're like, man, I don't want to vote. Okay, don't complain then. If you're not going to vote, don't complain. Because it is the time. We gave you plenty of time. We told you. We gave you the information. Don't go around complaining. And that's another reason why I want to serve. I didn't want to be a complainer and not even try to do something about it. I mean, it's not always going to go your way, but if you're just going to sit there and give lip service and talk about it and get angry and you raise your blood pressure and all of these things, and you know, stress it kills you. Don't do that. Like, go at least do something, because once you do it, whether you succeed or fail, you know it is finished. You know, hey, I gave my all.
Exactly, I agree. Now let me ask you something else. When it comes to, I'm going there with the younger people so we can keep them motivated to get out and speak loudly, because when you want to be heard, that's the way you can speak the loudest, is by casting your vote. How do you feel about this, and how would you handle this, taking the Black history out of schools?
I grew up with a lot of history. They were fighting even back then to bring the Black history. But history was there. And you can't say it's American history without Black. We've been here the whole time.
Thank you.
I don't care what you say. So that whole take it out, and don't what you're hiding for. It's already done. It's in the history. It's in the past. And if you don't want, if you must be wanting to repeat something, if you don't want us to see what was happening. We know Black history. There's a lot of achievements, and those are things that are necessary for our youth to see. I didn't know that happened. I didn't know we did that. You mean to tell me I can do that? Once again, it comes back to the why I'm even running. I want you to see, let us succeed. Let me show you that you can try and you can do something in good faith. And even if you don't make it all the way to where you was intending on the mid, you made the move. Now somebody else, come on. And actually, I want to actually talk to them so they can come. I'm not going to be here forever.
Right.
Hey, follow this guideline, follow these steps, get here and build upon it. I don't want you to I don't want to do something that you have to fix. I want to have a mountain. I want you to build upon it so we can keep improving.
Exactly. You said something else I think that's also imperative, especially from the local level, to get our kids in order. Because I have to say that, because our kids are tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
And we've got to mold them. We got to pull them out of this way of thinking that it doesn't make any difference. And I know one of the things how it's affecting the world today, with the separation that you see, and everybody can see it, on the local level, how would you impress to get rid of that separation? You said something earlier that I had to keep it pinned in my head. You say, you know, they come after us. You know how they come after they do the dirty. I call it the dirty campaigns. But if we want to get beyond that to get people to see on the level that you're starting, that's a good level now, District 1, County Commissioner. How can we, and what do you plan to do to somewhat put a pin in that so we can bring, instead of going this way, we need to come back and fix this like this? With you being a person of color, you're running for this seat, what would you do? How would you handle that at the level you are?
To me, I'm already handling it.
Okay.
I don't have a criminal record.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look over my shoulder.
There you go.
I don't go out with intent to offend people. There are whisper campaigns against me. I don't feed into it.
There what kind?
Whisper campaigns.
Okay.
You know, people going around doing.
Yeah.
I don't feed into it. I'm not going to give it my energy.
Right.
I move. I'm trying to show people you can move in good faith and not do what is stereotypically what they think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not moving the way you think I should.
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing you that I can move. I can be decent. I love the Lord. I make sure my family is first. You know, I try to move in a way so you can see me move
Mm-hmm.
and see that I'm not a failure. I don't want you to think that this way is the failure
Mm-hmm.
and that I can walk around sagging my pants. I'm not interested in that. You don't have to do that.
Right.
You can actually walk around, articulate yourself, get your point across, and make sure you look people straight in the eye when you talk to them. Keep your head up and move in good faith. When you move in good faith, things tend to happen in the best possible manner they can.
Absolutely. Another question. With it, I can only base it on today, and you're running for the seat the first time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's say you don't win. Is that going to take that unction out of you to continue to work for the community, to go around for the next time to run again?
No, the service doesn't stop.
Thank you. How do you plan to handle that?
Well, I'm not gonna cry about it, but the fact that I ran, you know, God's will be done.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be, if God doesn't want me to be commissioner right now, then I'm still moving. Okay, God, well, what do you want me to be? Because I'm here, I'm making the moves. Show me which way to go.
Right.
And there's still other things in the local. I'm the vice president of a nonprofit. There's still people who need me. It's called We Reign Sickle Cell Corporation.
Oh yes.
So
I work a lot with sickle cell.
Yeah, there's a big need. Specialized healthcare is big, and we need it in this county, in this region.
Exactly.
So there's, especially in Okaloosa County, it's like a desert for sickle cell. We have to come all the way to Pensacola just to have treatment. So there are other things I'm still going to be doing. And as far as local government, there are many boards that you can get on and still help make decisions. So it doesn't stop with just commissioner. I didn't make this move just to say, I'm going to do this and it's going to work. But like I said, God's will be done. So whatever his plans are for me, you keep moving forward.
Absolutely. We're having a fantastic conversation today. I want to encourage you to make sure that you write this number down, 850-432-7768. You can text or call that number and talk to the candidate himself. He's here today with us, and he's not holding back anything. Stay close and call in, talk to him. We'll be back with more right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Hello, my name is DeCarlo Garcia. I'm running for Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1, and I value putting people, perspective, and common sense before politics. My key issues are improved veteran support, traffic mitigation, and access to adequate health services. Go to my website at DeCarloGarcia.com to learn more about my campaign and about me. On August 20th, vote DeCarlo Garcia, Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1, and remember, it's a great idea to vote Garcia. Paid and approved by DeCarlo Garcia for Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel for all of your men wear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with the powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Go back to being a kid again. Head on over to Bubba's Sweet Spot. We've got house-made caramels, fudge, pralines, marshmallows, and lots and lots and lots and lots of chocolate. Looking for more traditional candy? We've got you. Our walls are covered head to toe in all the classics, from taffy to gummies and lollipops to gumballs. And don't forget our ice cream. With endless toppings and dipped cones, we've got what you're craving. Let us take you back to a time when every problem could be solved with candy at Bubba's Sweet Spot.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. We're having a fantastic conversation today, Mr. Garcia. I tell you, I'm just learning so much as when we're off and we just talk. But you know what? Let's go back and finish the conversation we've been having off camera. We're talking about voting. How and who can vote for you? Now let's explain that, but because being a Republican, and explain that to the audience what we were talking about.
Okay. Usually it is partisan.
Right.
So you in the primaries, it's based on what party you're affiliated with. But this time around, it's only Republicans running for sheriff, for county commissioner, for
the whole
for everything. So it's all Republicans.
Right.
And so that causes it to be an open election. And on August 20th, during the primary, county commissioner will be on both ballots. So whether you're Republican or Democrat, you can vote there. You can vote. So I want everybody to remember August 20th.
The big day.
August 20th, the primary. Don't wait for November. August 20th is when you go vote. And tell everybody, if they don't see the show, you go tell them. August 20th. Everybody in the county. It's not city. It's not. So I've had some people ask me about city. I'm in Destin. Okay, but you're Okaloosa County.
That's right.
This is an entire county. All of you vote. August 20th, you can vote for county commissioner.
You're educating me, okay? So look at that. You see how it is when you ask questions, right? You were talking about health care. What are your feelings on that, how it is today?
Well,
what can you do as a local level to help that out when you win?
Well, one of the things is, like I said earlier, I think I mentioned earlier, I'm the vice president of We Reign Sickle Cell Corporation. Healthcare in this region, in Okaloosa County specifically, it's for specialized healthcare. It is lagging, and what we want to do is make sure that we get the proper. I've spoken to Pat Maney, state representative, and he's working. We already have some things in motion. We're working on getting see how we can get something like a pain clinic here, which is specialized for sickle cell patients. I'm big on that. I advocate. I'm with SCMA, Sickle Cell Medical Advocacy, and I navigate for patients going into the emergency room. So I personally am big on that. I want to make sure that everybody, especially individuals, you don't have to go through it in order. You can volunteer. We have a nonprofit, We Reign Sickle Cell Corporation. You can volunteer and come be a member of. We have committees, and you can go and advocate, educate. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to educate people. Education is the big part of the healthcare.
Yes, it is.
And that's not just to individuals outside of the medical field. Even people in the medical field still need to be educated on different things. They have a broad spectrum unless they're specialists, but there are also things that are in this area that people are suffering. And the reason, and one of the things is, especially in the Black community, like I mentioned with sickle cell, a lot of the sickle cell warriors, we call them warriors, they're scared to go to the hospital because of how they're being treated. So we need to educate not just the warriors, but even the people at the medical facilities, educate them on what's actually going on so you can better treat people.
Right.
So education is the big key and on all spectrums.
Right. And I know that with sickle cell, I work locally here with the Sickle Cell Foundation. And I'm glad to hear that because we want to have people to go out. You know, some people don't know they don't even go if they got the trait, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But that's a good thing that you're doing, that you're even pushing for that. Go ahead. Since
you spoke of trait, and I want to also mention, go get tested, and you need to ask for a full spectrum blood test because we recently have discovered that most of the tests are for one trait. So if you don't have that one trait, you could be misdiagnosed as not having sickle cell.
Right.
So you need to go and get a full spectrum. I can't think of the name of the particular test right now, but you have to go and request that test, and you go get tested, and that'll educate you on based on what you actually have. There are 4 main variants of sickle cell,
right?
But there are hundreds of variants. There are 4 main ones that most people do, but there are hundreds of them, and you need to go and get tested a full spectrum so you can see where you are. Make sure you don't have sickle cell, the SC and beta thalassemia, things like that.
Okay,
and
doctor.
Right. Sorry. I just want to make sure the people who have it, like, oh, I think I have that.
Right.
So if you're suffering a lot of symptoms, you could find out a lot of symptoms you're suffering is because of sickle cell. And if you treat it properly, then you don't have to suffer as much.
Exactly. That's a good point because I see that a lot. And I want people to realize the importance. I don't think enough attention is given to sickle cell, the importance of knowing what a sickle cell, how it affects you. And it is not just a little something.
No.
That's a huge, huge illness that we have to fight. And if you don't have the knowledge,
right?
Knowledge is power. I say it every day, knowledge is power.
Yes,
Once you receive the knowledge, use it. Now with the knowledge that you're having now, that you're running for Okaloosa County, let's go back to that. Now you talked a minute ago about the dirty campaigns. So you said a whisper.
It's called a whisper campaign.
A whisper campaign. In your running for this office, and with you being a person of color, are the daggers coming at you in more than one way? Is it really, I mean, I see stuff on TV, oh, did you see, well, he did this and he did that. Is that coming your way?
Yes, they'll try to hold on to a word, every word that you say to try to trip you up. Well, you said that, and I'm like, I didn't promise that. And even when I was talking, it was for the conversation at hand. And, people make mistakes, but I own up to it. If you call me out, okay, I'm okay. And so now that we're past that,
made mistakes.
Let's keep going. But especially as a Republican, I've had people go quiet on me immediately when they saw R beside my name. Now, just 5 minutes ago when we were eating burgers, you had no problem with me. But now you see an R and it's like, oh, I can't talk to you. I'm a Democrat. I'm like, and that's what I don't like about the whole divisive language. Your party affiliation is your own personal choice.
That's right.
That's for you.
That's right.
But I don't have to hate you because you like this and I don't. That's what you feel, and you're supposed to do it. I should like the fact that you actually are operating and executing your right to vote in the way that fits your life.
Absolutely.
That's what you're supposed to. That's what this country is supposed to be about.
That's what they fought for, so we could have it right.
But I am a Republican that's black. I'm not a black Republican. And some people think that I'm a Republican, I'm going to be about the black people. I'm about me because I am me. I don't have to try to change anything. But like I said, I'm a Republican that's black. I am black, yes. But as a commissioner, I represent people who are not black also. So I'm not going to come in, I have no desire to come in and change what makes sense. That doesn't make sense. The whole point is to serve you. So if I'm trying to serve you, I have to serve you at the best of my abilities. So whatever's there, whatever's already said, there are already people, talks that they think I'm going to come in and stop things. I'm going to just come and change it. I'm like, that's not the change I'm talking about. It's like, don't be so superficial. I am coming in with a different perspective that you haven't had, and I want the perspective is not just from my direction, but from the direction of my community, so they can also be more involved with local, because they see, oh, okay, we got somebody. Okay, yes, come and say it. But if it doesn't make sense, I'm not going to do it. I don't care who you are.
Right.
I want to make sure that people know that I, as commissioner, I come to serve you, not the other way around.
Absolutely. I love it when you make that point. Look right there in that camera and say, look, I'm talking to you now. But listen, when it comes to just that you're running for office and you are a Republican, When you said you were sitting with somebody, we use the analogy, when they found out you were a Republican, they want to steer away from you. Is that a black person that you probably were sitting with?
A lot, yes. And unfortunately, but I'm working on them.
Okay.
I'm working on them because, like I said, even though they did it, they're not. I don't hate you for it.
Of course not.
It's your way of thinking. Okay, well, why? That's one of the most dangerous questions you can ask somebody. Why? So
why do you think he feels that way?
It was a she.
Excuse me.
It was a she. And it's a couple of people. It's not just black people. There are some other races too. But I felt a little different because we were like literally minutes ago we were like this, and all of a sudden you went quiet. And that's everybody. You can't please everybody, and everybody's not going to love you for what. When you get in public office, the thing is, the light is on you. You know, all the things you thought was secret, they come out.
That's why I won't run.
So people try to find whatever it is to make you look bad, even if it was the smallest mistake. You know. It is what it is, and so, but regardless of what it is, whether you're Democrat, whether you're Independent, whether you're Republican, your party affiliation, and truth be told, I would rather that county commissioner not be dependent upon the party affiliates.
Okay.
I mean, what you're going to vote for should not matter. Because some people, you actually cause division. They don't want you there simply because of your party affiliation, and they have no idea who you are, what you're willing to do. So, but regardless, that is the way it is. You still have to play the game the way it is. And so I come in and I'm like, yes, I'm a Republican. I don't hate you because I just met with a group in Niceville, I think 2 days ago, and they were asking me questions, and I kind of joked with her, you know, this lady, and I can't remember her name, and her wife was sitting there, and they was talking about what's coming down the pike of how they're going to make it a crime if you're gay and things like that. And she was asking, well, me, and I'm like, well, I'm not the president. I'm not going to be changing that kind of law. I don't have that kind of power. But I said, do you want me? And she was like, what? I said, you want to be my boo thing? And she's like, what? I'm like, look, I'm saying this to get you to know that who you like is who you like. I'm not interested in that. I mean, I'm interested in, are you okay? You well?
Exactly.
Do you need anything? So who I like is who I like. You're not interested in me? Okay, I move on to the next person.
Come on, man.
So your own personal decisions in your life and what you want to do with your life, that's your life.
I agree.
But I'm not going to hate you because you want to do that with your life.
Exactly.
I love you. So I come in, I'm still going to serve. Regardless, if you want me to be your boo thing or not, I still going to be your commissioner.
Okay, my boo thing. I remember a song. Look, Stapler, we got a phone call. I'm going to ask that caller to hold on. We're going to run in to do a commercial break, and we're coming back to talk with Mr. Garcia, boo thing, and go to the call. So please call her. Be patient. We're going to take this call right after this message right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Hello, my name is DeCarlo Garcia. I'm running for Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1, and I value putting people, perspective, and common sense before politics. My key issues are improved veteran support, traffic mitigation, and access to adequate health services. Go to my website at DeCarloGarcia.com to learn more about my campaign and about me. On August 20th, vote DeCarlo Garcia, Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1, and remember, it's a great idea to vote Garcia. Paid and approved by DeCarlo Garcia for Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quince Theater, and I am Blab TV.
Hey fellas, my name is Daniel Denny, owner of the Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering from ED and the bedroom has become your worst nightmare, where you no longer have the self-confidence you used to have, it doesn't have to be that way. We can help. You're not alone. We have over a 90+% success ratio with our patients. I'm so confident you'll be pleased with the results that if we can help you, there's no charge for the office visit. I'll personally cover it.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. You checked into Sunshine's Corner. Fantastic conversation today. We've got a caller that's holding on that wants to ask a question. So we're going to go to the phone right now and see what it is this caller has on their mind this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. How you doing?
I am well. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Don't want to hold you up because I know your time is about to end. But I want to ask the candidate a question right quick.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Candidate, if you was about to step into a elevator and you had 20 seconds to speak to a potential voter, what would you say to that potential voter?
Well, I would say that all things are possible through Christ Jesus, which strengthens us. And that me as myself, I come to serve you. I am not one who's going to pretend like I know everything. I'm learning just as everyone else is, and you vote for me, I will work not only for you, but with you.
Mm-hmm. Did you get that?
Thank you. Yes. That's
all right,
what I
then.
wanted to hear. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day now.
You too as well.
All right. Bye-bye. Everybody, look, we got a few more minutes left. I tell you, when you're having a good time, doesn't the clock go fast?
Yeah, it didn't feel like
it goes so fast. But I want you to take the time. If you want to talk or ask questions, just as Eric did, what would you say to me in 20 seconds? Oh, he came right off. You see, but you know what? I like the fact that you keep putting God first. That don't ever leave him out.
No, see, look.
Hey.
The whole time I've been here, your voice been ringing now.
Got to.
You got to.
You know, because he's going to take us everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's so important because, you know, what I also want to make, to say this point, because this has been in my head. You know, when there's a candidate that's running, you cast your vote. Cast your vote. Don't look at what stand behind the name. This is just me. Look at what they're offering to do to make change. All you want is a person that's going to be positive to make a difference. And I'll say this, I think some people think that when a candidate's running, he can go in there and just say, okay, we're going to change this, okay? Doesn't happen that way. Because you still got a process that you have to go through to get that taken care of. Yeah. And with everything that we've talked about today, now I want to put it in your hands. What is it that mostly you want to leave with our audience today on why you're running and to vote for you?
Hi, my name is DeCarlo Garcia.
Don't make me laugh. Go ahead.
I value people, perspective, and common sense above politics. My key values are veteran support. I want to increase and improve veteran support. I am a vet, so I understand. We know we have these military bases, and we need to take care of those people who's already serving, giving their lives for our country. We want to make sure that they get what they deserve. I value access to adequate health care services. As I spoken earlier, we have to make sure we mitigate the pain that people are going through for the health issues that they're going through in their lives. I also I value affordable housing, and that is not the same as low-cost housing. Affordable housing, we have people here, we know the military push a lot of the economy. We need to make sure that the locals, or people who are not involved with the military, also can afford to live and prosper in our counties and in our cities. So vote me on August 20th, DeCarlo Garcia.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okaloosa County Commissioner, District 1.
Okaloosa County, District 1. with a population of 200,000 plus.
200,000 plus.
Okay, but I want to say this now. I want to leave this with you. If a person came to you, when a person's running for office, a young man came to me that I had on my show, and he made this statement. He said, everybody who runs, they got to realize the community hires them, and the community can fire them.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And with that cliche right there, and what you just said, you want to be hired.
Yes.
Because they got the power to do it.
That's what they.
So leave that something, just that drill to them. Why it is so important for Garcia. Why it is so important for Garcia.
Well, as your commissioner, you voted for me. You put me in a place to do a job, and that's what I intend to do. I'm not here. I'm going to be your full-time commissioner. I don't have any other business interests in line. I don't have any special groups that I have to have any special agendas. It is just me. As a matter of fact, my campaign is mostly being financed by myself because I really want to actually serve. And I'm going to prove to you that I will be an accessible commissioner. I will be there 100% of the time. Yes, there are going to be days I'm going to be doing something, but as your commissioner, I want to make sure that your voice is heard. I know what it's like to not be heard and to feel like we're less than. So I want to represent you also in this level of government. So please vote for me on August 20th.
Absolutely. And I tell you, I thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. And I think I've gotten to know another person on another level. And he told me he had listened to me for years, and I appreciate that. And yeah, I am a positive person. I don't believe in negating to the negative, because that only incites more negativity. Right. So I think when you put the positive positive vibe on anything, that leaves you open for even better, because positivity draws positivity.
Right. And you notice, I notice about negativity, you keep having to feed it.
Yep.
You have to keep feeding it in order for it to exist or survive.
Exactly. So I don't go
But
that
positivity, we can feed off of it.
Yes, exactly. I mean, you can ask a difficult question, but you don't have to ask it in a negative way.
Correct.
But you can still get the point out.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the way I try to handle things. And I thank you. He picked up on it. But really, I thank you for coming in and getting up in all that rain like we had today.
Yes, ma'am.
And I mean, and I appreciate the fact of your transparency today, and good luck to you in the upcoming election, August 20th.
August 20th.
August 20th.
August 20th.
You can vote either way. It doesn't matter.
It's going to be on your ballot.
It's going to be on the ballot.
Look for DeCarlo Garcia.
That's
now.
right.
And that's everyone in Okaloosa County.
That's everyone in Okaloosa County. So please make that decision today. Do the right thing. Well, I'll tell you, I can't believe she's telling me your time is up. Your time is up. I'll leave it with you as I do every day. Never, ever, ever lose your focus, my dear friends. Always remember to keep God first in whatever you do. Handle your situation like that. I'll guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for another day of nothing but sunshine, make sure, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Tell somebody that I love you from your sunshine. Keep shining while I'm gone. Bye for now.